Welcome back. Now, Lesaka Technologies has reduced its net loss by 57%. This has revenue ticked up by 13% to 2.7 billion rand in the second quarter. And joining us now to unpack these numbers is Lesaka Southern Africa CEO Lincoln Mali. Thank you so much for your time, Lincoln. Now, you swung from an operating loss to an operating income. And now I'm going to, zoom into the different drivers of that performance. So, of course, one of the reasons being the turnaround in the consumer division. What have been the pillars of growth in that segment?
I think in the consumer business, we have invested a lot in training of our staff, building the brand, giving confidence to our customers about our products, and also building our relationship with SASSA and other stakeholders. This is at the back of probably 18 months where we took out costs in the business and resized the business. And so now we look at an EBITDA growth of about 445%, quarter on quarter. And that is as a result of all of the impact that we've had. So that 445% year on year comes from a lot of those initiatives coming through, and we're now getting the benefit of huge sales growth, but on an optimized cost base.
All right. I mean, there is the lending part of the business, and I would say that you cater to the most vulnerable segment of the population. We know that things have been tough for the South African consumer over the last 2 years. So how are you and your consumers navigating the risks of credit in a tight monetary policy environment?
We've found that our specific lending proposition to the social grant space is very well tailored to their needs, and it caters for things that they really, really need in their lives. So we've seen strong growth in our book, and we've seen our impairments and our loan losses not changing materially in these times, but we watch it like a hawk. So we've maintained a loan loss ratio of less than 6% per annum in these difficult times. But it's not something we're complacent about. We keep watching if there are any developments or any changes there.
All right. Well, I want to talk about the current growth that you are seeing in your merchant division. What does that look like? And is there upside expected there from the acquisition, or how much upside is expected there from the acquisition of TouchSides?
Let me maybe start with some of the highlights in our Kazang business.
Yeah.
If I look at our Kazang business in terms of the throughput from its VAS part of where we sell, or our merchants are selling value-added services, that has seen a record month of 3 billion rands throughput in just 1 month in December. And at a quarterly basis, we've seen an 8 billion throughput in that business. On the Kazang Pay, we've seen another huge record of 1.2 billion rands of throughput, which gives us 3 billion rands, of throughput in Kazang Pay, which shows that people are starting to use their cards when they're making transactions, even in the informal sector. Now, if you think about Kazang, which has got more than 80,000 merchants in the informal sector, it made sense for us to build more scale by the acquisition of TouchSides. TouchSides is in the tavern market, which is an important vertical for us in the liquor industry, which are licensed taverners. Now, there are 10,000 of these taverns with a POS device from TouchSides. What does it give them? It gives the tavern owner the ability to see their sales real time. It gives them an ability to see their stock and manage their inventory. And it gives them an ability to be able to make commercial decisions about pricing and things like promotions. So TouchSides gives us not only scale, but it gives us a suite of products that we can use. So we can use that data now on the other 80,000 Kazang merchants that we've got. And then the Kazang business can also on-sell into that 10,000 more of its products. So we see, again, growth in the informal market, and we're making big investments in that market.
All right. Another place where you're making investments is your acquisitions. Of course, we're talking about TouchSides. Before that, there was Connect. How much more appetite and financial muscle does Lesaka still have for acquisitions?
I think in the way we think about our business, we've got these two big engines for growth. One is the organic growth,
Yeah.
which means that we've got to drive our existing businesses, make the consumer business to continue to grow, make the Connect acquisition to really work by that Connect business or our merchant business to continue to fly. But then we have opportunities of inorganic growth, and we still see room where we've got acquisitions that give us scale or give us, more value for our clients. We think we've got much room to make some acquisitions further. So we are always looking for what is available in the market, but we're not going to be buying the next shiny thing. We think that something must add to scale in terms of a customer base and a growth in our business, or add to our suite of business. And Touch Sides ticks those two boxes. And we think that the other things that we're looking at might also add to that.
All right. And just as we wrap up the conversation, I mean, Lesaka has said that South Africa's informal market remains untapped. What do you think that market is looking for the most in businesses such as Lesaka?
I think it's looking for businesses that want to understand.
Yeah.
We want business to want to understand that market and not come with preconceived ideas.
Yeah.
Now, the data set we're going to have of more than 80,000 merchants, mainly spazas, and about 10,000, taverns, gives us real data of what's happening on the ground to enable us to develop products and solutions that fit that market, but also enables us to partner with others who want to get into that market on the basis of the data that we've got. This market is looking for technology, but technology that makes sense to remove friction and frustration. They are looking for solutions that are making lives better, either for a merchant or for the end consumer. And thirdly, they are looking for value. We must give value to this market. And if you do that, you will win in this market.
All right. Well, we are looking forward to the remaining 2 quarters of your financial year. Thank you so much for giving us insights on those numbers and the landscape of the informal market. That was Southern Africa CEO for Lesaka Technologies, Lincoln Mali.